Hello everybody, Russian Batman back with another video. You see we got a little bit of a different background. Got this kind of big table right here because I'm going to show you a few things. So you probably saw the title, the thumbnail. But we're going to be trying to improve the Giza pyramid set. So this is my current Giza pyramid. I do really like this set. I think this set is a great set. However, obviously, right, big glaring issue with it is that it's just half a pyramid, right? It's not the full thing. So, because of that, I decided to get a second one. Now, in the set, they do make it so you can combine, two of these. They're these, I'm gonna move pinholes right here, and they give you some extra of, actually, I think at the bottom of the set, it's kind of hard to show off, but they do have some extra pins so you can connect two of the sets if you get to them. However, if you get two of this exact set, in my opinion, there are some issues with it. The first one being, you're gonna have two rivers. You're gonna have two of the Nile, I believe this is supposed to be representing, because if it's the exact same, connects on the back, you're gonna have a pyramid with two Niles, which, I mean, might not look bad, but at the same time, I don't know if the pyramid is even that close to the Nile. And even if it was, there isn't two Niles that's like right next to one pyramid. So the idea for this kind of, I don't want to call it mock, it's kind of going to be a mock, but is to extend the pyramid, which I've seen people do. I've seen people make builds where they extend the pyramid. The only tricky part is we're going to have to reverse this pattern on the inside pyramid to get the same inside effect, right? So I'm going to extend the pyramid, which is the easy part, right, in my opinion. However, we're gonna have a lot of leftover parts. So my idea for what to do with the rest over is, instead of just doing the pyramid, leaving it at that, is also extending this river forward, maybe having a little bit of land on this side to show the full river. I don't know, we're gonna find out. So I think I'm probably just gonna start by just building kind of the base for the other side of the pyramid. So, you know, extend that pyramid, maybe just build this shell because it's an outer shell. And this part, I'm just going to build one-to-one. So that part won't need to be changed at all, except maybe that little bit. But other than that, everything else should be the same with the physical. Oh, actually, no, I can change it. Yeah, I'll change that. I'll add a little thing in there if I can. But yeah, so the only thing, I just got to measure this out, right? Which I believe this is like 17, 18, about 18, 19 studs right this way. Extend that out that way. But I might start by building this first because this is probably the easiest part to build. Like I said, it's going to be one-to-one. And yeah, then I'm going to try extending it. So I'll give you guys updates. And I hope this goes good. I don't know how well this is going to go. So yeah, I'll see you when I start building. All right, so an update on the pyramid. So here is this is just the original set without the kind of cover. So to show off what I've built so far so I have now two outer shells. So this is one, this is the other, and this is the easiest part because these were built just the exact same. So I just followed the instructions and built that. I also did build some extra boats, but I'll put those in later. So the only issue I do have with this outer shell is that they both have this little gap in it, which I think is annoying, but I don't know, maybe there's like a back door to the pyramid. That's not such a big deal. And then the next part I did build, I'm just to show you, I'm going to take this off its base. So this is the original inner pyramid, and then I basically built a second inner pyramid. However, so here's the second one. However, the inside is completely inversed. So you can see there kind of what it looks like. And this was actually very tricky to make. Basically, I had to, like I said, do the instructions, but the exact opposite. So of what the instructions said. This top part was easy, but especially like this lower part. However, not only that, is that you can also see here that the outside is not inverse. The outside is actually the exact same because I actually couldn't inverse the outside. I wanted to inverse the whole thing, but I couldn't because of these slopes. These slope pieces, you can't reverse that, right? So basically I had to do this part normally while also doing the back part inverse at the exact same time because you're building it all at once. So that was annoying. However, it came together pretty well. I'm still debating if I want to keep this ramp here or not, because then
once it's together, I'll show you. There's kind of like there's two little ramps, which I don't think looks bad. And you won't be really seeing this part much because I'll probably display it with the covers on. But still, I'm debating maybe taking like this off the conveyor, maybe having this conveyor have something else on it. You know, I don't know. It's just an idea. But yeah, so that's the main thing I did is the two covers and then the two inner pyramids, right? Now the last thing to do, which is probably gonna be the trickiest part and the most kind of off the instructions part, is gonna be building the actual extension for the base. So here's the base, and I actually already started it. I started it right here. So I built this, right, which is kind of like I said off the instructions. It's based off the instructions, but I did a lot of things different to make sure it would be the right size. Like I said, I couldn't extend it as far as the one instructions goes, but that clicks right in there, right? And so hopefully that's the right distance to fit the pyramid. So I did measure it out. It should be just, I think, a few studs. I think it's just like 2 studs longer than this, right? So there's gonna be a little bit of maybe sand behind there. I don't know, that's not gonna matter. Also, I did put the English version of the Great Pyramid of Giza, and then have the Egyptian version up front, right? So it should be one big model. So if I like say give it a vague measuring, if that's like that, right? Flip it over just to test it. But yeah, so that should fit there with about like, yeah, with oh, is that enough room? Hold up. Yeah, see, so that should be just barely enough room to fit this pyramid, and then that little kind of white part that goes in the back. So yeah, I'm gonna just like I said finish kind of building this, and then also another hard part is extending the river, because people have already done it where they just do the back here, and I want to extend the river, and that's gonna be hard because this is only like two studs tall, right, or whatever. So I got to figure out a way to extend this. So I got to basically break this apart. It can't be like something easy detachable like this back part. So yeah, I'm gonna basically just kind of clean that up a little bit, right, with the next bag. Actually, no, I'm probably just gonna try to extend this further first, and then yeah, we'll see how that goes. And then I'm really excited to assemble the whole thing. So let's yeah, epic. All right, so I got the kind of bases figured out. So right here we have the kind of the extension to the back. So obviously it goes in like kind of usual with these kind of pins. And then what I do is I'm going to lock it in place with these kind of sand dunes, right? Those will snap in there and kind of ensure it won't kind of fall out, right? And then I also plan, now for some reason I'm missing a few of these. I think it was probably in there. I probably just use it somewhere else, but also just lock it in with some of these flat pieces, right? Just to make sure that it doesn't really go anywhere, and that it stays the proper size. So I got the back figured out, and then I also have the front extended as well. So basically this is where the water would originally end, right here, and this is where the thing would end. However, if it's this much long, it's not super significantly huge. Like, I don't think it's the combined length of 2 of these, right? However, it does make this part significantly longer. Like I said, the water goes here. Haven't opened the bag yet, but I'm gonna get more of these transparent pieces up till I think it'll end around here, if it, you know, if my calculations are correct. End around here, and then I'll add a little bit of a land mass here. I don't know what I'm gonna put on it. I think it's just gonna mostly be a little bit of green, maybe some of the sand, right? And then I might add some more of these little houses. I assume these are houses, these little buildings, right? Maybe it would be cool to have like a dock or something. I don't know, like a miniature dock. I do have 2 more boats as well. And like I said, there's usually more foliage here. I just took it off just so I can see from the underneath. And like I said, the way I kind of expanded this is mostly through these. This is what's holding it in place. So, which is good. I was worried that I wouldn't find anything because it is very, like I said, it's very thin. So I wouldn't be able to extend it. Like I said, I still have this in the front. I do have some minor issues. For example, I don't have a 1x1 and a 1x2. I do have a 1x3. So I think I'll just shift these to the side, and that should be all tiled off good. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna have it as one thing. It's not gonna be super much. It's not gonna be super easy to take apart and put back together. However, it's gonna, like I said, I'm gonna be displaying it as one thing. So I'm not gonna make it, like I said, you got kind of these things to lock it in place. But I can take it apart if I want and if it doesn't look good. So yeah, that's what I got so far. So I'm just gonna focus on building this up and making this look good. And then I'll put everything in and we'll get to see the final reveal. Alrighty then, I finished the build. I didn't show any more in betweens. But let's get the grand reveal. You can see peeking in the corner right over there. But yeah, let's just push this bad boy in frame. And ooh, it's big, so there you go. And here is the entire thing all built up. And my God, I'm really happy with this. So first of all, just to show the front, this part is probably the part I'm least happy with. It's this little bit of front desert. You still get the Egypt. I kind of had to get a little bit random with some of the colors, which I'm not super happy with. I mean, I might go back and try to fix that, but this part was just kind of chaotic to make. The river, I think, turned out really nice. It is, like I said, it's a little bit thin. I was hoping I could make it a little bit wider, but unfortunately there isn't that much of the blue transparent. So it's just 2 times the amount. The normal one's like only like that long. But yeah, so this one is longer and you get, like I said, more river, which is fun. So I like that. Then the 2 other boats, I try to make them facing the opposite ways. Unfortunately, the sails don't look super great because they're only meant to really go a certain way, but still, all of this the exact same. And then let's get on to the actual pyramid to show you kind of what that looks like. And boom, and kind of get a, like, here's my hand size comparison. But yeah, so the pyramid does take up the majority of this build. And let's get a look at the inside of kind of what that looks like. So I'm just gonna turn this around on its side. So, like I said, it still has the 2 halves of the pyramid. Sorry about the big shadow. There's like a light right above me. It's not the best lighting in the world. But yeah, I could also, like I said, I could take these 2 halves off. Ooh. So there you go. So you can see kind of the inner pyramid. So I'll show that off. And yep, so here you go. So I do have the trolley, the whole system. But instead of carrying the, oh damn, this fell off. I decided to change it up a little bit. So this one in the front is actually, oh my God. I don't know why it's not wanting to work. All right, this one in the front is actually taking up the tomb, and then the one in the back already has the tip of the pyramid already up there, just to kind of get some differentiation. God damn, I can't speak, but yeah. And then I could also take it apart to show you that, and like I showed before, it is a mirror image. So if I take this out, ooh, go on. If I take this bad boy, lift and lift. There you go. Take this out. You get a mirror image, so it's the exact same. And yeah, and like I said, these 2 parts are locked together by some studs. So I'm gonna mostly keep this together. You can take it apart, but I'm gonna keep it kind of permanent. Like I said, this piece right here is locking it in. Same with it on the other side to make sure it stays as kind of one build. And yeah, it is possible to carry as one build, which I was surprised by. It is. I don't trust it to stay together. It feels like if I mess with it too much, it could maybe fall apart. I don't think it will fall apart. It does feel fair. Okay, this is. All right, sorry about that. Got that all situated. But yeah, I'm really happy with how this build turned out. So let me just put this back together. I could have done this off camera, but I'm doing this on camera because, you know, why not? There you go. So you can see kind of better look at the dissection. So it's like half a pyramid, which is pretty cool. And then let's get the full pyramid. Let's get the full Egypt set up and operational. And boom. And then to lock it in place, I like to change this up. Just so it locks it locks the top in. So you get a little bit less of a seam. You still get a seam in there. But yeah, just to zoom out, there is the entire set. If you like this video, please leave a like. This was very fun. I like doing this. And I didn't end up with that much extra pieces, a fair amount just from kind of like these buildings and whatnot. But I ended up using a lot of actually from like these, I ended up using a lot of that for the sand. Decided to make a lot of the sand kind of the light tan instead of the dark tan, just to kind of make it look more like deserty sand. And this is kind of like more, I don't know, city sand. But yeah, leave a like, subscribe, and go watch the 2011 film Rango, which is also like in a desert. So crazy. All right, sayonara, ciao, signing out. Oh yeah. Oh, also we have a Discord server. You should join that.